Baru berapa detik? Itu disuin nggak? Nggak. Kemarin disuin. Nggak bisa nyala lagi si audionya.
Paling YouTube-nya belum ada ya?
Iya, iya. Saya chat ya linknya.
Ya Pak.
Bisa nonton di YouTube. Jadi kalau mau itu gempar sih YouTube. Mana sih linknya?
Oh, itu link YouTube-nya silakan bisa dilihat Pak Iwan, Damang.
Assalamualaikum Pak Iwan.
Waalaikumsalam Pak Angga, alhamdulillah.
Salam Pak Iwan.
Pak, nu Bapak volumenya kirang tarik jigana.
Sekedap ke speaker. Atos ya.
Atas.
Cek. Kadang tuh Pak Angga.
Kadang Pak mung
Kadang
belum
Pak.
menggelegar.
Oke.
Kirang
Nah,
caket jigana.
siap. Oke, sedap. Oke. Nah, enggak.
Tosan Pak Hawe Pak sareng Bu Fegy.
Oh, siap, Mangga. Mangga Pak Kak. Assalamualaikum buat siapa nih?
Orang kontak heula. Mangga bade ngobrol heula, mangga sareng
Ya. Salam dari Pontianak buat ini mahasiswi kita. Kebetulan Pak Iwan lagi di Pontianak nih.
Pak.
Jadi dengan adanya Zoom ini ya pengalaman baru lah bahwa yang nyidang ada di kota mana gitu, yang disidang di Bandung ya.
Kita sudah aktif di YouTube, barangkali mau share link YouTube ke teman-teman atau ke orang tua, silahkan. Link YouTube-nya ada di chat. Di chat di bagian kanan, ada tidak kelihatan?
Ada Pak.
Ada Pak.
Oke. Silahkan di-share ke adik-adik kelas. Siapa tahu ada yang ingin lihat.
Assalamualaikum.
Ini sudah aktif di YouTube. Nanti hasil ini rekamannya akan seolah-olah langsung masuk di YouTube. Jadi Anda kalau seandainya ketinggalan atau ingin mereview, boleh nanti tinggal dicek di channel YouTube-nya saja. Ya. Sudah kelihatan di YouTube, bisa dicek belum?
Lagi dicek Pak.
Wah, assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Wah, udah lama nggak ketemu Pak Iwan.
Pak Iwan sudah berjenggot.
Salam dari Pontianak Bu Fegy.
Wah, luar biasa Pak Iwan. Luar biasa. Kalau untuk suara saya jelas Pak Angga, karena hari ini saya nggak pakai ini, nggak pakai studio lagi, jadi pakai terbatas.
Jelas Bu, jelas.
Jelas Ibu.
Jelas. Ini Bu Fegy jelas. Bu Fegy ini link YouTube-nya ada di chat kalau mau di-share.
Siap. Bentar. Saya ini dulu. Chat. Gimana caranya, Cak?
Ada. Pak Hawe sedang sholat dulu, barusan di kontak sebentar. Jadi kita bisa mulai berbarengan bersamaan.
Siap.
Kita tunggu Pak Dr. Hawe Setiawan.
Cak, di sini nontonnya, Cak.
Untuk gelombang 1 atau majelis 1 tadi, mulai kita 8:30 dan berakhir di pukul 12:15. Jadi sekitar 12, hampir 3 jam setengah. Hampir 3 jam setengah. Jadi untuk yang menguji gelombang 1. Sambil nunggu Pak Hawe, kita mulai saja karena memang range-nya jam 1. Kita mulai saja, Ibu dan Bapak penguji. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wa bihi nasta'inu ala umuri dunya wa din wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain amma ba'du. Alhamdulillah pada kesempatan siang hari ini tanggal 28 Juli 2020 kita bisa berkumpul di media online lewat perantara Zoom ini dalam rangka pelaksanaan sidang akhir program studi Sastra Inggris gelombang yang terakhir untuk tahun akademik 2019-2020. Karena jika ada sidang lagi bulan depan, itu sudah masuk tahun akademik baru di 2020 dan 2021. Terima kasih kepada yang kami hormati para penguji, Dr. Iwan D Gunawan yang sudah berkenan hadir. Terima kasih juga kepada Ibu Fegy Lestary S.S M.Pd, kandidat doktor insya Allah sebentar lagi yang akan menjadi dokter dari UPI. Lalu juga terima kasih juga kepada Dr. Haji Wawan Setiawan, Pak Hawe, hatur nuhun sudah berkenan menjadi penguji pada kesempatan siang hari ini. Pak Hawe tiasa Kak Kuping? Dajan. Pak Hawe sudah masuk.
Masih
Suara,
di mute tuh.
suara Pak Hawe-nya, masih di. Kak Hawe tiasa Kak Kuping?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Punten
Waalaikumsalam.
reng kasadayana. Punten cimkuring iya Pak enggak reng se nyidang tugas akhir DKV. Pisan tebuk satu.
Mohon tesawias sang nambe DKW. Mohon tesawias nambe DKW-tan. Jadi terima kasih kepada para penguji, Dr. Iwan D Gunawan, Dr. Hawe Setiawan dan Ibu Fegy S.S M.Pd yang telah berkenan menyempatkan diri mau untuk menjadi penguji pada kesempatan siang hari ini. Untuk pembukaan tadi pagi sudah kita laksanakan pembukaan oleh Ibu Dekan Fakultas Ilmu Seni dan Sastra. Siang ini kita akan memulai sidang kita. Nah, di teknisnya adalah semua peserta akan keluar, lalu peserta akan sign in lagi untuk masuk, tetapi akan hanya diizinkan satu secara acak oleh moderator, yaitu saya sendiri. Jadi peserta hanya satu orang yang muncul di depan Zoom ini menghadapi 3 orang penguji. Satu penguji maksimum 10 menit untuk sesi tanya jawab. Jika di bawah 10 menit tidak apa-apa, jika lebih nanti disesuaikan dengan kondisi yang ada. Lalu juga untuk pengumuman hasil sidang, insya Allah akan diumumkan esok hari, karena nanti hasilnya ini adalah sore, mungkin fakultasnya mungkin sudah tutup, jadi akan diumumkan esok hari, insya Allah jam 10 pagi. Ya. Untuk selanjutnya, sebelum kita mulai, marilah kita bersama-sama membaca basmalah agar lancar acara sidang kita pada kesempatan hari ini. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mudah-mudahan tidak ada mati lampu, karena tadi di majelis yang pertama di rumah peserta mati lampu, selesai internetnya selesai. Sebelum dimulai, mungkin ada yang ingin disampaikan terlebih dahulu oleh perwakilan penguji, Pak Dr. Iwan, Ibu Fegy, atau Pak Dr. Hawe, ada yang ingin disampaikan terlebih dahulu untuk peserta?
Mangga, Kang Hawe.
Mangga Pak Iwan.
Ada. Jadar mewakili ya. Sedikit aja mungkin Pak Pak Ketua Prodi. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ya, walaupun mungkin tadi ada pembukaan dari Bu Dekan, tapi biasanya di offline ujian ya kita menyampaikan sedikit ya. Jadi ini perjuangan akhir dari teman-teman di Sastra Inggris, di program studi Sastra Inggris PIS Unpas gitu. Tapi bukan akhir dari segalanya, justru awal dari teman-teman berjuang di luar, nanti apakah ada yang melanjutkan sekolah lagi ke S2 atau ada yang bekerja dan lain sebagainya gitu. Jadi lakukan saja yang terbaik. Perjuangannya sudah sangat panjang, mungkin ada yang 4 tahun, ada juga yang lebih dari 4 tahun. Berikan saja yang terbaik, dan sekali lagi ini awal baru buat teman-teman terjun ke dunia luar yang tentu tantangannya akan beda dengan tantangan di kampus mungkin. Dan juga tentu kayak teman-teman sudah ditunggu juga oleh orang tua, oleh keluarga gitu. Salam ke Bapak Ibu atau ke orang tua teman-teman dari kami, dosen ya, juga mungkin dari prodi. Itu saja mungkin Pak Angga, sedikit sukses buat semuanya, mudah-mudahan lulus semuanya.
Amin, Pak.
Terima kasih.
Amin.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi paling
wabarakatuh.
muda ini hari ini adalah Vidya, Pak. Vidya angkatan 2000 termuda 2016. Berarti Vidya menyelesaikan kuliah jika lulus. Jika lulus sidang ini kurang dari 4 tahun. Ya, jadi
Alhamdulillah.
Vidya paling muda. Mudah-mudahan lulus ya Vidya. Baik, sekali lagi jika ingin share kegiatan kita hari ini, Anda boleh share lewat YouTube channel. Silakan di share linknya ada di menu chat, di menu chat. Silakan Anda share YouTube channelnya ke keluarga, ibu bapak yang ingin menonton di rumah. Pasti bangga sekali melihat anaknya mengikuti sidang pada kesempatan hari ini. Di menu chat di http youtube.com/watch dan lain sebagainya, silakan di copy paste. Silakan Anda semua keluar, lalu jika Anda sudah siap, Anda login lagi ke Zoom-nya untuk saya approve one by one. Ya, oke, thank you.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Terima kasih banyak, Bapak.
Ya.
Wabarakatuh.
Kang Hawe, Bu Fegy sehat.
Alhamdulillah Pak Iwan.
Kumaha eta secapak.
Jagutan.
Alhamdulillah. Eta nurutan Pak Angga, nurutan Pak Angga.
Iya, abdi mah di kampus ya teh Pak Iwan.
Aduh, masih tugas.
Pak, menghindari secapa tapi tadi di Pondok Hijau.
Ke Pondok Hijau.
Muter
Oke.
jalanna.
Janten
Cuma teknisnya Pak Angga punten
teknis.
abdi teh teu ngiringan technical meeting oge.
Oh,
Buka
iya, siap.
tadi ya nah.
Siap,
Janten sesuai
Kami-
anu dina formulir wae, ieu na pengujian.
Mohon. Teknis pengujian anak supados terjadi pertanyaan 2 kali gitu dari tiap
Oh, iya.
penguji. Maka
Mohon,
penguji silakan Ibu dan Bapak dilihat bagian apanya, apakah bagian metodologi ya berarti yang ditanya
Ya.
bagian part itunya saja. Kalau
Enggak,
bagian theoretical foundation ya theoretical foundation-nya saja dan lain sebagainya.
Kanggo
Jadi
penilaian
nanti
kumaha?
Angga akan penilaian langsung saja Kang di menu etana dina anu dipasiehan kepada di
Anu
Excel.
dina Excel ya.
Mohon di
Kan
sebelah
dikintun ka Pak
kanannya
Angga gitu.
kepada di we langsung.
Oh ya, siap.
Langsung dikintun kepada di range nilainya 1 sampai 4. Di bawah 2
1 sampai 4.
1 sampai 4. Di bawah
Bawah
2 tidak lulus ya. Maksimum minimum standar kelulusannya adalah 2, maksimumnya 4 untuk nilainya, mangga langsung biasa dikintun. Skripsinya ketika sedang diskusi atau tanya jawab boleh sambil dikasih komentar atau tidak juga mangga, silakan. Jika ada yang dikasih komentar nanti form penilaian diberikan kembali kepada dengan skripsi mahasiswa, nanti pada dia yang memberikan ke mahasiswa yang bersangkutan. Itu Bang Inten, kurang kawitan wae.
Ini bahasa Inggris ya Pak. Ini sidangnya bahasa Inggris kan ya?
Siap sadayana. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya bahasa Inggris Pak. Everything is in English. Kita akan mulai yang peserta pertama. Insya Allah kita akan mulai dengan Vidya pertama. Mungkin Bapak Ibu ingin membuka dulu file skripsinya atas nama Vidya.
Vidya.
Ya, Vidya yang pertama. Kita akan tunggu. Hello, Vidya. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. Vidya, you are going to be the first one. Please settle you down. Everything is a comfortable situations for you. If you are ready, I'm going to start this final examination for you. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so before starting from the questions, please would you mind to introduce yourself, your name, your registered number, and then where is the position of your life now?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Rangga Isamada.
And I'll forget for the title and of course the title of research, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
The examiner, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Studi with student number 1670-152. I live in Bandung, in Kopo, Bandung resident. And in this morning, I would like to give a presentation about my research entitled Satire in George Orwell's Animal Farm.
Okay, that's the title of your research. Okay, so it's time for Pak Iwan, Pak Hawe, or Ibu Fegy, who's gonna be the first one. Maybe Ibu Fegy, you want to be the first one?
Oke, sorry Pak Angga, di-interrupt dulu sebentar.
Yes.
Kalau untuk urutan bertanya for the first examiners, I think it is better started with the language styles and then methodology. Is it okay like that one?
Ya.
So
Oke. So saya belum buka filenya kalau begitu.
Oh, okay.
Kalau harus begitu.
No.
Ya.
Mm-hmm.
Ya, oke.
If it is so, so it means that the language style will be the first one, and I'm going to start with the question. Is it okay?
Okay, go on, Ibu.
Okay, Kang Hawe, Pak Iwan, izin duluan Pak Iwan.
Yeah, go ahead. Please.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so good afternoon, Fegy.
Good afternoon, Miss.
So how's your feeling today?
I'm so trembling right now.
Okay. Okay, just take a deep breath and try to be focused on your presentations, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my first questions because I got the language style, so I need to find out about your ability of your speaking skills. So I'm going to start with the first questions. Could you could you please tell me what is satire and what is the interesting thing for you of studying this satire?
So, as we all know that there are a lot of people that think satire is only as a language style. It because we already taught by our teachers in our elementary school until we are in the high school. It's not a fault because it's written in the book entitled The Language Style in Indonesian by Goris Teraf that satire is kind of the language style, same as the metaphor and same as the sarcasm too. But in fact, according to Leonard Steinberg, satire is not a language style but a method to criticize someone or something through a media such as literary work, painting, caricature, or music. The purpose is to make the reader or the listener catch the message and the critique, so the problem that have been criticized will be easier to be solved.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay. I got your point, Fegy. So is it the same as sarcasm?
It's different, Miss, because sarcasm is only pointing out the critic with the rude language. So it pointing out with conversation or maybe like the statement directly, but satire always uses the media such as the literary work. So it is kindly implicit in the literary works, but the message should be delivered directly to the receiver. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So it's to the media.
Okay, so I read your papers, and your research probably is quite interesting for me because it is like a first time for me to know dystopia and then how you try to find out the satire in the novel and so on and so on. So my question is, what is dystopia and how is the relationship with the satire?
So dystopia actually is a subgenre of realism in literary work, especially in the popular culture. It started in the American So the dystopia condition is the condition where there are a lot of suffer people because of the dictator and the corrupt government. So it makes the people always want to escape from that situation. So I as a writer conclude that the dystopia is a condition where no one wants to live that situation. So because of it always be found in the popular culture, such as in novel, this dystopia uh, is near to the realism, so it's more nearby our society because we know that in every country there are a lot of dystopian conditions that make the people suffer, but they not call it as a dystopia, right? But just call it as a corrupt government or dictator leader, but in fact, it is kind of the dystopian condition. It is same with the novel, the George Orwell's novel, The Animal Farm. Sorry, that put the animal's character in the dystopia condition.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, that's a quite amazing answers actually, Vidya. You're quite mastering this one. Okay, I have only one more questions for my part. So could you please tell me what is the benefit for the readers knowing the satires in novel?
So in my research, it's told that the the significance for the reader who knows about my research and read my research is because the reader not only know the satire as a language style like we commonly know in our life, but it's also a way to, or a method to criticize something. So if we want to deliver a critique to another people or to the government, especially for the people who is the anti-critic one, we could apply the satire. And also, if we use satire in our uh, work or with our creativity, it could make a movement to do more creativity in our social aspect. So the creativity could be applied with satire. That's all.
Okay. Okay, I think that will be enough for Angga. She answers my questions
Thank
fantastically.
you,
Okay,
Ibu
thank you.
Fegy, for the question. Next will be Pak Hawe first, maybe, or Pak Iwan.
Okay, I think it's
Mhm.
my turn about
Mhm.
methodology, Pak Angga.
Yes, please.
Thank you. And how are you, Vidya? I believe you are fine. Okay, since I am one of your supervisors, I have nothing important to ask to, yeah, actually. But for the sake of your research, I have some things to say on this occasion uh, in relation with the methodology of your research. The first one is your research question. I think it will be better if the formulations of your research question to be rechecked once more, yeah, especially in the sense of a minor grammatical error, maybe, yeah. Uh, just check it out once more, the research question. Okay, and in chapter 3, I think you
Hmm?
you use the expression of the so-called narrative research. Can you explain to us what you mean with this term, narrative research? What is it look like? What does it look like? The so-called narrative research, concisely, just to make me sure.
The narrative is one of thank you, sir. The narrative is one of the final After the final finding, so the writer try to explain what the finding in narrative way. It means that the writer not only explain about the surfaces of the data collection, of the data analysis, but also the depth of the finding. For example, the writer not only try to interpret the surfaces like the language style, like the intrinsic element, but also would like to interpret the symbolism and then the prokaryotic and the cultural code that appears in that novel. So not only the surfaces but also the depth of the finding.
Are you saying that this narrative research is a way in reading a literary work?
It's a way to reading, because in narrative we also have to read not only carefully but critically. So we have to point out the important data that should be taken to be analyzed and separated from the unimportant data.
What is exactly the difference between this way of reading a novel with, for instance, reading just for fun? Can you explain it?
So if we, because I research about literary novel, it means that it's more deep than the popular novel. So it's not only for entertaining. So I'm not only read it to entertain myself, but also to take several points that could be analyzed and could be interpreted in other section of in this term. I interpret it into the the dysfunction of the satire and the society that happened in George Orwell's story in Animal Farm, in this Animal Farm. So
I believe you made bibliographical notes of some sort in doing this research, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Can you describe to us what kind of notes did you make in doing this research?
So to did this research, I take several notes. Besides I read the novel, I also read several kind of books that related to the research that I take. One of them is a book by Roland Barthes, S per Z. So this book I compare it not the content of the books, but the how or the method that used by Roland Barthes to analyze the literary works. In his book, he analyzed a short story, but in my case, I analyzed the novel. So I put several notes that related to how the Roland Barthes analyzed the intrinsic element, and also how it comes with the post-structuralism, and then I apply it in my research, such as I put several statements how to take the important data, such as I only take several events that related to the satire, and also take several aspects or the several conversation that related to the dystopian. So I after read it, I put the data into several classes, so I will be easier to analyze it than it. I use it by looking at the Roland Barthes method in that part.
Okay,
So critical reading.
My last question is about the findings. I just wondering, are you sure with your finding? Do you think that the findings of your research can answer your research question?
Yes, sir. It already answered the research question. Because to answer the research question about how the satire shapes the dystopian condition in George Orwell's Animal Farm, I found 9 elements that could make a representation of dystopian condition in this novel through a symbol. So there are 9 symbols about the dystopian condition, and I try to interpret it. Uh, should I explain my findings, sir?
Okay, thank you for your excellent explanation. Pak Angga,
Thank you Pak Hawe. Next, the
you're welcome.
last from Pak Iwan. Please Pak Iwan. Sebentar Pak, masih di mute punya Pak Iwan.
Siap. Okay. Thank you, Pak Angga.
Okay.
Well, actually, all of my questions have already asked by Bu Fegy and Pak Hawe. So, let me think. Okay, Vidya, why did you choose animal farm as a subject in your research?
Okay. So
What is
because
the special of this novel in your opinion?
uh, in my opinion, there is only a little novel that use animal characters as a satire. And George Orwell's Animal Farm is one kind of the novel that use animals' character not as a fairy tale like other children's book or the other children's story, but use it to criticize someone in our reality life. So that's the biggest point why I choose this novel as my research object. And the second one is because the Animal Farm was born when there is a communist party became the top of the world. So when these literary works appeared, it just like make a complaint or make a critique towards the biggest party in that era, and it makes this become what I say it as a big shot to the Communist Party in that era, but it's not effective in that era to criticize the biggest party in the world in 1945. But after the fall of the communist era, this book become uh, uh, a good book to be read. That the biggest party in the world also has the dark side, so it makes this book interested to be analyzed.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Vidya. Beside satire, what did you learn from the book? From the book or the novel?
Novel.
The
So,
novel. So
so beside the satire, I learned so many things from this book. But the most essential thing that I learned from this book is because when there are a lot of well-educated people only sit when they saw around of them are in suffer. It could be seen when the Benjamin, the old donkey that has intelligence, only sit and only be quiet when he saw there are a lot of the animals in the farm get suffer and get violence from the Napoleon, the dictator leader, but he just sits still and do nothing to change the condition. So it's just kind of slap the condition of our society just because there are a lot of well-educated people that
okay,
just sit still when they see other people suffer.
okay.
That's
Can you mention the research problem, Vidya?
the research problem. So I put it on the identification of the problem. The first one is there are a lot of people uh, things that a lot of people think that uh, satire is only a language style, same as metaphor or the sarcasm and irony. But in fact, satire is not only as a language style, but also a method to criticize something or someone through a media. And the
Okay,
second one is because this this book or this novel could teach us as the reader, not only by entertain story, but also to have encourage. This book encourages us to deliver our critic and our opinion if for the people who is anti-criticism. So
Okay.
we have to.
Okay. Thank you, Vidya. Now, Miss Fegy has already asked you about the benefit of the research for the readers. Now, I would like to ask you, what is the benefit of doing this study for you, especially for your future?
In my opinion, doing this research is kind of not only can be can give me some enlightenment, not only about the democratic, but also about the historical. So if we know about the bad sides of the some people or government that already in our past, we could learn. So we would not do the same thing to the next generation if I become a leader, or when I'm being in the same situation, I will do something uh, to change the situation, especially the dystopian condition if it happened to myself.
Okay.
Yes, like this.
That's all? Okay. My last question, Vidya. Do you think that you deserve to pass final examination?
Uh, I hope I
That's a
deserve,
good question.
Why do you think so?
because in my opinion, this research is not only not same with other research that only gave gave the synthesis of the research or something, but I did the antithesis research. So I think it's quite different with others. So I deserve it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Angga. Thank
Yeah,
you.
okay. Thank you, Pak Iwan. Vidya, maybe that's the end for your last examinations. Hope the best for you, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, Ibu dan Bapak, the next will be Yola. The next will be Yola Ilham. Ada beberapa juga yang bertanya di YouTube, kabar Bapak dan Ibu ada alumni yang nonton. Barangkali mau dijawab di channel YouTube, tapi di chatnya ada beberapa yang bertanya. Oke, Yola.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you ready?
Insyaallah.
Inshallah ready, yeah. So I'm going to follow Ibu Fegy's suggestions. I'm going to start with the language style. The language style for Yola here is Dr. Iwan Gunawan. Pak Iwan, you are going to be the first one. But before that, Yola, would you mind to introduce yourself, telling to us your registered number to show that you are legally the students of English Department Pasanan University, and then what's the title of your research, and then where are you now? I mean, where is it from your boarding house or from your house? Please.
Okay, first, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First, let me introduce myself. My name is Yola Reviana Ilham, and I'm from English Literature 2015. And in this beautiful morning, I would like to thank for the opportunities that have been given to me to present my final assignment with the title An Analysis of the Cigarette Tagline Advertisement.
Where are you now? Is it in your home?
Yes, I'm on home. I'm in home.
Di mana?
Lengkong.
Lengkong. Masih di Bandung. Okay, Pak Iwan, please. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Pak Angga. Yola, how are you today?
I'm not good, sir. I'm ill today.
Okay. When your heart is beating, it means that you are still alive. Okay. So Yola, it's interesting an analysis of cigarette tagline advertisement. Why did you choose this title? What is the interesting of the cigarette tagline, Yola?
Okay, thank you, sir. The reason why I choose to analyze the cigarette tagline is because there are so many tagline with many products, but especially for cigarette tagline, there are many uniqueness in the tagline. For cig- but especially for cigarette tagline, there are many uniqueness in the tagline. Behind the tagline, there are the uniqueness of cigarette tagline, and there are some meaning behind the tagline that explained by another meaning.
So you mentioned that there are a uniqueness in the tagline of cigarette advertisement. What are the uniqueness?
Can I give you the example?
Yes, of course, sure.
Wait a minute, sir. Let me open the chapter 4. For example, like in Sampurna TPK for a mild advertisement, the tagline is "Tapi gue jadi." There are the meaning of the tagline that the wait a minute, not that. For example, I took the example like PT Jarum, especially for Jarum 76, sir, with the tagline yang penting cerdas. There is meaning like in connotative meaning. Yang penting cerdas is a meaning like the wait a minute, I'm so nervous.
Yeah, just take a deep breath.
Ayo, come on, Yola.
Yes.
Calm down.
The tagline has a connotative meaning, sir. The word cerdas, it means that smart. Illusion, which meaning the word smart is the only label that so that people that can be seen the more intellectual and suitable to make members of the legislative, despite the fact that many legislative candidates only prioritize their popularity for becoming the legislative candidate. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Yola. Can you tell me how is the process of doing the research in general?
The analysis tagline, the analysis technique, sir.
Now, can you tell me the process of doing the research from the beginning? How the title come to your mind, and then how did you do the research, and then how you how you come to your counselor or your advisor, and then until the end of your paper.
First, I took some title for my assignment, but I choose this title. Actually, this title I have to apa sih pilihan?
Choice.
I have to
Halo, Yola.
I have to selection to get the title first, I'd like to take the cigarette advertisement, and the second is I would like to take the advertisement, but not the not specific, sir. I
Okay.
only
Thank you, Yol. Now, what did you learn from the tagline of the cigarette advertisement, especially for yourself? Okay, what you learn?
I learned many things for the tagline, especially for writing the advertising language to promote the product. That's not also to sell the product. They also sell the message of the tagline. And because of this, I want to advertisement. I want to work at advertisement.
Okay, thank you, Yola. I think that's all from me, Pak Angga.
Thank you, Pak Iwan.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Iwan. Next, Pak Hawe, you are going to be the second.
Thank you, Pak Angga. How are you, Yola?
I'm ill, sir.
Ill. Don't be ill. Okay.
Don't be.
Okay, Yola. I believe you are not persuading people, especially Pak Iwan, Pak Angga, and Ibu Fegy to smoke a cigarette. Even though I myself am a hard smoker, so I have to turn off my video here occasionally. Okay. Anyway, suppose there is someone who asks you a question. What on earth why on earth is an English student like you interested in smoking advertisements? How do you explain the relationship between English study and reading advertisement? Can you explain it, Iyo?
Yeah. First, in advertisement, they also use the language to promote the product. That's the reason why I choose to analyze the data.
How did you do this in analyzing the data?
I have to explain the analysis technique, sir. Okay.
No. I mean the relationship between English study. You're learning English language, don't you? And advertisement reading.
Yeah.
Reading cigarette advertisements.
Okay. In English department, I choose the major, especially journalistic, sir.
Okay.
In journalistic, I learn about the advertisement from PAIIM. And then the advertisement also discuss about the copywriting. The copywriting is some like copywriting is a language to promote the data, to promote the product. Yeah, that's the reason why.
What is my next question is, what is the most important thing you can learn from the way people spreading messages through advertisement, especially in cigarette advertisements? What is the most important you can learn from them?
The important thing that I learned from from this study is as a reference to determining advertisement with connotative and denotative meanings.
So this is a matter of the way people express in a certain language.
Yes.
Okay, my next question is there any difficulty in explaining in English, yeah, the Indonesian advertisement, like the ones you have researched about? Is there any difficulties?
Yes, there is any difficulties for like slang language. I have to like explain about gue in bahasa in English, and then I have to explain about the meaning of pria in KBBI. I got in KBBI also, and I translate in English like that.
Okay. How did you do to interpret the messages from cigarette advertisement in English? What did you do?
Especially, sir, for advertisement with using bahasa, I translate before I analyze the data. I have to understand the meaning of the tagline also. Even in bahasa, there are many meaning in the tagline. For example, like that I say jarum 76. Jarum 76 using tagline ya yang penting cerdas. In yang penting in the meaning of the yang penting cerdas, it's meaning that in connotative meaning that mean yang penting.
Go on, Yola.
It means the tagline that so people can be seen the more intellectual. Yang penting cerdas, it means like you need to smart for the
be smart.
label, the label of cerdas. You I have wait a minute.
Yeah,
It's okay.
nervous,
It's
yeah.
okay.
I got
Take it
nervous.
easy. Okay, thank you, Yola. Pak Angga.
Okay, thank you, Pak Hawe.
Thank you,
Last
Pak
would
Hawe.
be Ibu Fegy, please.
Okay, thank you, Pak Angga. So I think this is one of the benefits of being the last examiners. Yeah, I have no questions at all because Pak Iwan and Pak Hawe already took my question, but it's okay. I'm trying to find in different way of making question for you, Yola. Yeah. Okay, Yola. I think I'm going to focus on your methodology. Could you please open your paper and see about the research design?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait a minute, miss.
Okay, take your time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I find your research design is quite short actually, but the most important thing is I think you need to write more about how you plan your research. Okay, how you plan your research, because at the end of the sentence you didn't like let's see, I think the research design has stages, right?
Yes.
Ada tahapannya dalam apa namanya merencanakan penelitian atau desain penelitian. And you should see that one as the planning one, the implementation one, and the reporting one. Okay, so
Yes.
it will be systematically in order for your research design. So for the reader, it will be easier for them to understand what was your plans of formulating your research designs. Okay, itu saja yang masukan dari saya untuk research design-nya. Okay, my question is related to your analysis. Okay, this is quite interesting actually. Tagline for the advertisement. So in doing the analysis, what theory that becomes your parameters? Is it like from Moleong ya? Dari Moleong betul?
Moleong.
Okay,
Moleong.
Moleong. Okay, so you took from the expert from Moleong?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, based on the Moleong, you said that the analysis will be divided into 4: behavior, perceptions, motivations, and actions. Did you analyze your tagline based on these 4 terms that Moleong has said?
Okay. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
I have to implement the Moleong. I have to implement the Moleong theory on the behavior of the actor that he doing in the advertisement, in the video. And the motivation is like the motivation that the advertisement give to the I said the message, not a motivation. I call it the message of the tagline, and the action. It's mean like the the act of the tagline.
And how about the perceptions?
And the perception is for like the another perception for the tagline. For
Okay, calm down.
and for the perception is for the took the perception of the viewers, perception of the viewers when the viewers watching the advertisement.
Okay, okay. So you did follow the Moleong, right?
Yes.
Okay. I have only one last question. Could you please give me the example of your findings? Okay, that can mention what is the behavior part and what is the perception part, motivation and action based on the advertisement that you found.
I write it from at chapter 4, sir. Miss. I'm not put it on the finding, but I put it on the analysis.
Okay, so tell me about it.
For can I give you an example?
Yeah, of course. That's what I was asking for.
Yes. For example, like Sampurna TBK, you mailed advertisement. The behavior of the actor, like for example, for the when there are three actors, their name is Ben, Ben, Abi, and Chris. And then for the story of Chris, he is become married with her girlfriend, and then the when he married, he just like look like the
Okay.
hair ring.
Sorry, Yola. I cut your answers first. Okay, what I want is a simple thing. Based on the advertisement that you told me that you are telling now, I just need you to show me which part of the behavior and which part of the perception and which part is the motivations and also which part of the action.
Yeah. For the motivation, the part is where at email advertisement at page 20, page 31. The motivation is like to proving yourself. The tagline "Go ahead," following by tagline "Go ahead," which this has meaning that I can be someone of has a valuable of like that.
Okay, so the action part,
and the action is, for example, in gudang garam TBK especially for Gigi moves, Miss. In Gigi move, like to push the people to what is that? To more select to receive the information like that.
okay. And I think the behavior and the perceptions will be what you just mentioned before, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Pangga, that will be all for me.
That's all?
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Yola. It seems like you are very nervous, yeah? Because of your condition, maybe. You may leave the room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Fegy, Pak Iwan, Pak Hawe.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The next will be Irfan Nur Azhari.
Irfan
Nur Azhari. Irfan. Irfan, your position of your video is not too good.
Assalamualaikum, Pak.
Waalaikumsalam. Putarkan dulu itu videonya, Irfan.
Iya, Pak.
Okay. Are you ready, Irfan?
Ready, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
The first, before coming to the questions, I would like to give a time for you to introduce yourself. What is your titles of your research? What is your student's ID number? And then, where are you now? I mean, maybe we want to know whether you are in Bandung, whether you are in your town, please.
Yes, sir. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Angga, Mr. Iwan, Mr. Hawe, and Miss Fegy. My name is Irfan Nur Azhari. My student number is 147010044. And then my title is The English Speaking Skill of Local Guide and Ticketing Staff when servicing the foreign tourists in Tebing Keraton, Bandung. And then now I'm in my boarding house, sir.
In Bandung, yeah?
In Bandung, Gegertalong.
Okay. Pak Hawe, you are going to be the first one because you are talking about measuring Oh, sorry, language style.
Language style. Thank you, Pak Angga. Halo, Irfan.
Yes, sir.
Please a minute. I have to take a look at your paper once more. Okay. Okay. My first question is about what makes you interested in this business? The way people tourism guides speak to the tourists. What make you interested in this topic?
Okay. I choose this title because word of tourism in Indonesia is on the rise, sir, and speaking skill is very important for the employee in tourist attractions because many foreign tourists who come to the tourist attractions, especially in Bandung.
Hmm.
And
Do you have any experience in guiding tourists?
no, sir, but I ever borrow my friends from Sweden, German to hunting photo, and then they want to guiding from the local guide in Tebing Kraton. They need the information about Tebing Kraton.
What did you find from this business of speaking English language to foreign tourists here in the city? What did you
Sorry,
find?
sir.
What did you find?
Device.
What are your findings, especially in a matter of language?
They can speak English, but they not understand about grammar. But yeah, you know, they cannot they not understand about structures, and then the pronunciations still sounds Sundanese, you know.
Is it good news or bad news for you?
Yes, sir.
They do not understand English grammar.
Sir,
Connection
sorry.
problem. Can you hear, Irfan?
I want to change my earpods, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Because I can hear clearly what Pak Hawe said.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Irfan?
Ya, Irfan, bisa dengar suara kita? Halo, Irfan.
Halo.
Technical problem, it seems.
Halo, Pak.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Irfan? Halo.
Kita bisa ada. Ya.
Setting itunya di setting apa speakernya dipindahin dulu tuh ke ini
Halo, Pak.
Ya, kita bisa dengar.
We can hear you.
Ya.
Ada suaranya, Pak?
Ada. Kamu bisa dengar suara saya bisa?
Bisa, Pak.
Oke, go on.
Go on, Irfan. What did you find from your research in the matter of English speaking? You said that the tourists. You said that the tourists do not understand grammar, etc.
Yes.
Please go on.
Like identifying the problem, the way they communicate, sir. It's not very good. And then they are less communicative in conveying about tebing keraton.
You mean the tourists or the guides?
The guide.
Oh, the guide. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what did you do with them in doing this research? What did you do with them in doing this research?
I'm focused on the employee speaking skills, sir, when serving foreign tourists who come to tebing keraton. And the problem I'm focused to define the problem only for local guide tebing keraton. And then I'm focused to they pronunciations and their speaking skill.
Okay, your language style in this paper is quite good, I think, and I just wondering how did you talk to the guides during your research? How did you talk to these guides who didn't understand English grammar, maybe with limited vocabularies and so on? What did you do to ask some question to them, for they are not so good in English speaking?
Sorry, sir.
Not like you. What did you conduct some interviews maybe with the guides?
Oh, okay, sir. Wait a minute for apa? I will open the. Can I open my person?
Okay.
The questions when I interview the local guide and ticketing staff is, in your opinion, how important are English for your life and your job in the tourism world? And the second is, when you study English, what difficulties do you feel? And the third is, when guiding or receiving foreign tourists, do you feel confident about the quality of your English? The fourth is, with your ability to speak English, how do you learn English? And the last is, as long as you run your job, have there ever been a misunderstanding with foreign tourists? Yes, sir. It's
And
five.
the findings?
The finding.
What are the findings?
Findings. It's the finding is what is it? My finding is, I found that there are still many data sources that have beginner abilities in English speaking skill. However, I consider the data source to be quite good, and what is it? Especially for local guide and ticketing staff leader. However, there are several comparisons that I found when making observations. The ability of data source is far more, prominent when guiding foreign tourists than when conducting a CFR test. During interview, data source can answer all of the research. Can answer all of my questions can answer questions well, but still when the CFR test is lower than speaking, this happens because basically the data source recognize English first by speaking instead of grammar.
1 minute left for you, Pak Hawe.
Okay, Pak Angga, my last comment is about the identifications of the problem, especially in the matter of language style. I think Irfan, you can recheck the page 4 in the identification of your problems.
Yes.
I think there are some minor grammatical errors it need to be corrected. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Please make sure of it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's all, Pak Angga. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next will be Pak Iwan.
I think Bu Fegy first before me, Pak Angga.
Oh, okay, okay. Bu Fegy, please.
Ya, Bu Fegy metodologi ya.
Okay, siap Pak Iwan. Okay, Irfan, this is quite interesting for me when I have to talk about your methodology of your research. Okay, I have a simple questions actually. How you conduct your research, Irfan?
Miss, can
how you
repeat,
conduct your research? Yeah, how you conduct your research, Irfan?
What is it? I connect in my research is about like English speaking skill, they speaking skill, because I see they not they what is it the first people to meet the foreign tourists. That's why I should what is it I need the informations about they speaking skill like Miss.
Okay, well, actually, your answers is not really fulfilling my questions. However,
Yes,
I need you to understand. Yeah, I need you to understand more about. Okay, about how is your method of doing your research? That's really important, actually. Okay, let's skip that questions. I really interesting with your test ya. Ada satu tes dalam penelitian kamu yang disebut dengan CEFR, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what does it stands for?
Yes, miss.
What does it stands for? Kepanjangan dari apa CEFR ini?
Siap. Oh, I'm forget to I forget, miss. Can I open my paper?
Oh yes, please. Well, actually, this is the interesting one because in your paper I couldn't find about CEFR, but you can find it. Maybe you can find it because this is your paper.
Yes, miss. CFR is European Common Terms of Reference of Language.
Okay. Are you sure that's the what is it, the abbreviation for that one? Itu singkatannya betul, CFR?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Nanti cek lagi ya.
Okay.
Yes, what this test for? What does this test for? Untuk apa tes ini? To find out what?
For what is it? What is it? To know their point, their speaking point, and what is it? To how far?
Okay, so this is the parameter of the task to know about the what is it? The local guide, yeah. How's the local guide speaking ability?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. The CFR test like took us a benchmark for the ability of data source in English.
And what are they?
And then
what are they? What are they? The benchmarks that you said before. What are they? Apa saja benchmarknya?
Like what is it? Apa?
Is it pronunciation?
Pronunciations and vocabulary.
Only two.
And speaking skill, of course.
No, be careful. Yeah, because speaking skill is my expertise, so I do really know how to make a score into the speaking skill. Do you really sure? Are you really sure that in scoring the speaking skill is only required pronunciation and vocabulary?
Yes, Miss.
Apa cukup menilai speaking itu dari pronunciation dengan kosakata?
No, Miss. Because the pronunciations I should hear they speaking skill. If pronunciations, yes, the pronunciations. If the vocab, still I should hear they speak English, speaking skill, like here they conversation with the foreign tourists.
Okay. Yeah. However, I do really need your specific answers when I ask you about is it enough to score speaking skill only from pronunciations and vocabularies?
Yes, Miss.
Yes. So your answer is yes?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so how is the result? No, so wait. How is the result from CEFR test for the local guides here? So what is the result based on the CEFR test that you conduct in your research? So what is the result? Apa hasilnya dari tes CEFR ini?
I think in my paper about the result in the CFR test, from 10 data sources in Tebing Keraton, tourist attraction show that the Miss, sorry, can I have drink water?
Oh yes, please.
From 10 data source in Tebing Keraton Bandung show that the data source has fairly standard English, basic beginner Miss in English speaking skill. This influenced by several factors, like including experience and educational background. And although the CFR test result are quite standard, like in practice the data source can do it job well. This can be seen when the data source is make a conversation directly with the foreign tourists who come with the ability of data source that greatly influence them when receiving guests, making foreign tourists very comfortable when guided. After that, I am suggested the data source to read more references to improve vocabulary and improve grammar, Miss.
Okay. Well, actually,
2 minutes, Ibu Fegy.
yes, if you really use the CEFR test as your parameter in scoring the local guide speaking ability, I think you should know that the elements or the parts of this test is not only pronunciations and vocabulary, but they're also fluencies. Yeah, maybe you should read
Yes,
your
ma'am.
paper again, yeah, to make it
Yes.
says that your
Yeah.
answers is what is it precisely what you just wrote on your paper. Okay,
Yeah.
Irfan?
Thank you, Miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will be all, Pak Angga. Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu Fegy. Now would be Pak Iwan as the last examiner for you.
Pipis dulu. Dia dikasih pertanyaan siapa tes langsung.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Pak Angga. Okay, Ivan, the title is about English speaking. What is English speaking in your opinion?
About like they how they explain the informations and skill they make conversations with everyone, like Mr.
Okay. So what aspect of English speaking skill that you know?
According in my paper, based on background in my paper, I choose theory from Thornbury 2005. Mr. Iwan, they said the genre of speaking skill, there are 4 genre. That is interactive, non-interactive, planned, and unplanned. And in my paper, I choose the first point is interactive speaking.
Okay, that's the genre of speaking. I ask you about the aspect of speaking. When you did the test of speaking, so how many aspects that you test from the respondent?
Just interview and observation.
Well, like actually, interview and observation is the technique of collecting the data. Okay, Yapan.
Okay.
Now, I ask you what aspect of speaking skill that you test the respondent. Okay.
Test. Test speaking skill, Mr. Iwan.
The aspect of speaking skill. What aspect of speaking skill that you test the respondent? Okay.
The first aspect by pronouns and vocabulary, and then just Mr.
Pronunciation and vocabulary. Okay.
Yes.
Why are you interested in doing the study in English speaking, Irfan?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question?
Why? Okay. Why are you interested in doing the study in English speaking subject?
Oh, okay. Yeah. The English speaking skill is I think is a very important, especially for the employee in the tourist attractions, because they meet directly with the foreign tourists, and the foreign tourists can see how their speaking skill, and then see also they work in the tourist attraction that many foreign tourists who come. That's why I very interested with English speaking skill, research English speaking skill the foreign tourists in there.
Okay, so what are the findings then, Irfan?
Sorry, the findings, sir.
The findings of the study.
Yes, sir. By finding that, I found that there are still many data sources that have beginner abilities in English speaking skills, sir. And then I consider the data source to be quite especially for local guide and ticketing staff leader, because they there are several comparisons that I found when making observations. The ability data source is far more prominent when guiding foreign guests.
Okay, what the benefit the benefit of doing this study that you get?
The benefit for me, sir.
Yes.
The benefit for me, I think they can speak English very well. Yes. Why I cannot speak English very well? I'm learn together with them. Like they make it motivation for me, I think. So like they speak English autodidact, and I'm learn in campus, so I should can speak English very well, like them. And
okay, what do you think about your speaking English, Irfan?
That's a big question from Pak Iwan. You have to answer it, man.
I think.
Well, actually, when we study about English speaking, so in my opinion, our speaking English is at least above intermediate, in my opinion. So I ask you, Irfan, what is your opinion about your speaking English? Come on.
I think I just have to learn a lot more to my speaking skill.
Okay, if we are using scaling gitu ya.
Yes.
Scaling. This is my scaling question. 1 is the lowest one, and 10 is the highest. What is your score?
Iwan dilawan.
Lowest. With the scores, Mr. like 10 till 1.
Yeah. If we are using scaling, okay, 1 to 10. 1 is the lowest speaking skill, and 10 is the highest speaking skill. Where is your position now?
Maybe 6. Maybe 6.
Okay, I think that's all, Irfan. Thank you. And
thank you,
good luck,
Mr.
ya.
Iwan.
Thank you, Pangga.
Thank you.
Okay, Irfan, there is a lot of misunderstanding answer from you, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Irfan. You may leave the room. The rest will
Thank
be
you, Mr. Angga,
to the
Miss
examiner.
Fegy, and Mr. Iwan, Pak Hawe. Thank you.
Thank
Assalamualaikum.
My pleasure.
Ibu dan Bapak, next would be Septi Nurul Hidayati.
Septi.
Septi Nurul. Yeah, Ibu Fegy would be the first one, Pak Iwan the second, Pak Hawe the third, maybe. Septi Nurul Hidayat.
Okay.
Halo, Septi.
Septi. I think I'm going to be the first, ya. Language.
Oh, okay. Pak Iwan the first one.
Is that right, Bu Peggy?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Mana Septi?
Hello, Septi.
Let me check Septi.
Oh yeah, Pak Iwan the first one. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Halo, Septi.
Okay, language style. Ya.
Belum masuk, Septi. Halo, Septi.
Ya, Pak.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, I can.
Okay, are you ready?
Inshallah.
Okay, if you are ready, before starting, please introduce yourself. What's your name? What's your registered number? And then what's your titles of your paper? And where do you live now? Please. Nge-lag punya Septi. Internet connection error.
Oke.
Halo, Septi? Halo? Technical problem. Kalau saya tidak salah, rumah Septi itu di Sarijadi, Pak ya? Sukajadi. Halo, Septi? Halo? Ya, inilah resiko dari online yang kita tidak kuasa atas internet connection-nya.
Tapi ininya nyambung ya Pak, enggak ya?
Ya, ini Pak.
Tapi dianya ada di sini loh. Oh, ini dia.
Ya. Mana? Mungkin
Belum.
bisa dilewat dulu aja Pak, enggak kayaknya.
Mana? Kalau di YouTube-nya si Septi ada.
Mau dilewat aja dulu. Oke,
Tapi di YouTube-nya ada loh Pak.
Kita masukkan dulu Gina ya. Gina Purnama kalau begitu.
Ya, enggak apa-apa. Nah. Ayo Septi. Nah.
Oh, ada.
Oke, ada.
Maaf Pak.
Gina left dulu ya, Gin.
Assalamualaikum Bapak.
Waalaikumsalam.
Gina left dulu ya. Leave the room first.
Oh, boleh.
Dulu.
Iya,
Ya,
Pak.
oke.
Makasih. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Oke, Septi.
Maaf Pak, koneksinya.
Ya, go on.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I want thank you for the judges who having me here. So I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Septi Nurul Hidayati, and my number is 15, 17, 116. And then I'm here. One research paper is about the implementation of SQ4R method in teaching reading comprehension.
Okay, that's all, Septi.
Yes, sir.
Iwan, please.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Septi.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, let's begin now. Septi, why are you interested in using SQ4R in your study, especially in teaching reading?
Because the SQ4R, I think it's really useful to be able to help the students to practice their reading skill. Because the SQ4R has several steps such as survey, question, read, recite, record, and
Okay, so, can you mention the strengths and the weaknesses of this method?
The weaknesses of this method, this method cannot use like physical. Oh, I don't know how to say physical. Scientific is only for reading. Because
okay. And how about the strength of this method?
Pardon?
The advantages of this the method, Septi.
Oh yeah, the advantage of this method, I think the advantage is people or students will practice their critical thinking to trying to interested in reading. So an advantage and the student will be able to interested step by step and time by time with practice in using SQ4R.
Okay. Can you tell me your experience when you are implementing this method or SQ4R?
Uh, as I remember about about implement this method in the classroom. Actually, first when I want to implement this method to the students, first the student don't like reading. The student really lazy reading because the reading is really getting bored and it was wasted too much time. So they choose to avoid reading. So I try my best first to to invite to invite students try to find something new like to give them text, interesting text. So from there, so first I give a student to survey the text, how to survey the text, and how to make a questions, how to read text, how to read the text really carefully, and to explore the to explore the to explore the content and to
Okay.
understanding the text
Now,
itself.
can you explain to us the step of SQ4R, the implementation of SQ4R?
Um, the implementation of SQ4R. First the survey. We have to. Excuse me, sir. I really forget. Can I open really?
Of course. Sure.
Forgive me. Oh, I'm a bit nervous to be honest.
It's okay.
First, from this research, the step is first is survey. So the student will conduct a survey of the text that has been confided that has been provided. After that, students analyze the reading contents carefully. And the second is question. After conduct survey, student begin to be invited to make each question in accordance with the text. The student should make a question based on follow a and we didn't make a 4 questions with a formula 5W plus 1H in
Okay.
each part. And then the third is read. After that, the teacher randoms the work of students after making questions. So students will prepare themselves to follow the next step in answering the question. So, okay. And
Okay. Thank you, Septi. My last question: if you can do or you have an opportunity to do the research again, what you will do to make the research more perfect?
what do I make this research more perfect than now? You mean what's that?
Yes, exactly.
Um oh what to say?
Oh,
Okay. I
If you
think
had, yeah, I think in my, for example, if you just imagine that you continue your study to S2 program, for example, and then you have an opportunity to do the research again, the same research, what you will do to make it better? Okay.
I will make to make it better. This research is uh, I should try to how to say uh to try to find this more.
Just forget it. Okay, okay,
Sorry.
okay. I change my question. Then, what is your planning in the future? If you pass this final examination, what's your planning? Married or take a job or continue to study. Come on.
Konsultannya keluar.
I think after finish final exam, I think I would like to try study again. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Study, inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay. Thank you. I think that's all.
Actually, to be honest, I don't know what I don't know what should I don't know my future. How I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have any plan for that.
It's a tricky question from Pak Iwan.
Okay. This is your life, okay? This is your life. You have to got a plan, okay? Just imagine if you are a water, just continue the water to the if the water is going to the blue ocean, it's good. But if the water is going to the the small pet and then with a dark color water, so this is your what you have to get your own plan. This is your life. So make your own plan. This is buat proposal hidupmu, okay? And good luck with anything, with any plan that you are going to do. Thank you, Pak Angga. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Iwan. Waalaikumsalam. Next will be Bu Fegy for your time to give questions for testing safety. Safety?
Okay, Pak Angga.
Are you okay, Safety? Okay.
Fine ya, kayaknya Safety kayaknya trauma melihat saya karena saya kalau ngebimbing galak banget sama Safety ya, Safety ya.
Iya, Miss.
Okay. Well, actually, there always be a reason for me ya untuk galak itu karena supaya Safety-nya biar lebih bisa fokus menyelesaikan skripsinya ya, Safety ya. And today. You proved to me that you stand there and join this examination. So, actually, that's a good job, actually, yeah. Okay,
I do my best.
Yeah, you did your best, and this is great, actually. Okay, well, actually, because I got the majoring one, so I need to find out whether you like really mastering about your topic, your subject in your research. Yeah, Septi. Okay, my first question, how do you find this method can be used in learning process? How do you find this method can be used in learning process?
How can I find this method? I find this method from book. Before I put this method in my research paper, I do to observe students before and in the elementary school to see the students are interested or not to reading, or I know many people don't really like reading, so I choose the title to help them to increase their knowledge to help them also.
Okay, well, actually, reading skill is kind of like challenging for everybody, yeah, including me. I also do not really like in reading, but it's a must of reading activities. Yeah, it's a must. Okay, so in improving your knowledge, improving your informations, you need to read a lot, actually. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, in your opinions, how you can give a suggestion or recommendations to make students to like reading, read some books, especially for the textbook, like that one. So how's the strategy, Septi?
The strategy for students to interested in reading is we have to find text or books to find something interesting for the students. Like the book, it should be interesting, because if the book really like for example, the students really like to reading about fable or really like reading a fable or stories or so on. So we have to try to facilitate them to make sure that the topic is really interesting for them. So we know that many books, we know that students don't really like reading. We know that students don't really like reading because the text, the contents of the books is really bored. Is only sentence. Do not have a pictures inside of the books like that, or like a comics.
Okay. Okay, that's a good one. And how did the teachers how did the teachers use this method in teaching reading? Is there any difficulties for the teachers in applying this method in the classroom?
Yes, it is. It had.
Okay, could you please
Yeah.
tell me what are the difficulties that you found?
To the difficult, the teacher is the students. The most, oh no, most, yeah. Some of the students do not pay attention to the teacher. So management classroom, we have to management. We have to make management classroom. So we have to what is manage? Management classroom. We have to be like friendly with them. Like we have to be close with students. So yeah, I think
Okay.
my brain.
Okay, in your suggestion, for your suggestion, Septi, do you think that this method is applicable or not?
Yep.
Yes? Not yup. Yup is for informal language, yeah?
But yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yes.
Yes, miss, or yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so you think that this method is quite applicable, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, I think that will be all for me, Septi, because the moderator, oh, Pak Angga is here. I thought, okay, Pak Angga, I think that will be all.
Okay. Thank you, Ibu Fegy. The last question will be given by Pak Hawe.
Okay, thank you. How are you, Septi?
I'm pretty good, sir. Thank you.
Okay, let me take a look at your paper. To be honest, I know nothing about the teaching methods you implement in your research. So I think that you are
Ask the
killing me.
future. Ask the future, Pak Hawe.
Yes. Well, I think you are killing me with this big title, The Implementation of Survey Question, Read, Recite, Record, and Review. What on earth is all about in teaching reading comprehension? But Alhamdulillah, your subtitle saved me. Yeah, a study towards the second grade student Pasundan High School. I think I can comprehend what you mean. Okay. I just want to know how many students over there at Pasundan High School? The ones I mean your population.
The population I teach them on.
In your research.
Oh, in my research, 33. 33.
So that is your sample, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sample. The population is the whole.
Oh, population in my, I mean,
the total number of the students at the same grade.
The total number of the students.
Okay, the population in my the population the population is 70 students, but
70 students, and you.
But I think But I research, how to say,
How many?
but I teach the students
Mhm.
in the 11 social tree is consists of 33 students.
33 students.
11 social.
Are they good in English speaking?
No, they cannot. Yeah, but
That's,
some of them they can.
that's
Some of
bad news. But I believe they
yes,
are good in Sundanese speaking, okay?
maybe.
And I hope someday we can speak in Sunlish, yeah, Sundanese English. Okay, what is interesting for me from your research is what you have said here that there are only 3.8% students who improve their reading ability. Is that right?
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Yes,
3.8%.
yes,
Uh,
right.
can you explain how come? How come this result?
3.8% students are improve their reading skill because
Mhm.
before because before the students are do not like reading, so the 3.8% is calculation from pre-test and post-test.
Is it mean that the rest do not improve their reading skill?
Yeah, the rest from 3.8, you mean,
Mhm.
or I mean 3.8% are improved, but I mean about 2 or 4 students are not improved, I
Yeah,
think.
it's mean that the majority of your respondents do not
Yeah.
improve their reading ability.
Yes.
How come? Is it a problem with your teaching method or what?
Uh, Pardon?
How come? How come the majority of your respondents do not improve their reading skill? Is it a matter of your teaching method or what?
The student cannot improve their reading skill.
Why?
Because the students, some of the students are not pay attention with the teacher. So some of the students are not follow the test that I had delivered to them. Like you can see on the table about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 students are not improved their reading skill because they are do not really pay attention. So they
What
are
kind
really.
what kind of test did you conduct
I
over there
give
at the
them
school?
I give I give them kind of exposition text. Is about natural disaster. Is about It's about disaster. So the students from will know the information about natural disaster happen in the Moscow, like that, for example.
Was it an English text?
Of course, yes, sir. English.
How many texts did you share to the students?
Once is
Just
contain
one.
three paragraphs.
Three
3 or 4.
paragraphs.
Yes.
And you make and what did you do by conducting the reading test?
I conducting.
Did you make a sort of scoring, I mean, or
Yes,
something
yes,
like that?
yes, yes. I made scoring between pre-test and post-test. So I give them choice in the same text context.
Does this teaching method, the so-called SK what SK4R or like that, allow you to ask question to students?
Ask my question to the students. Yes.
Did you ask question to the
No,
students?
no. I mean, from the text is I'm not asked to the student, but in the last stage, I asked them about what they are know, what is their opinion about the text, what they are know about text, to make a conclusion about the text they had read.
So what did they say about the text you shared to them at the classroom?
I say that how is in the classroom. I say how is the conclusion about the text.
Pak Hawe, 1 minute left.
Okay, my last question is, are you going to teach English at school?
No.
Why?
No, to be honest.
You're studying a teaching method. Why don't you have something to do? Okay.
Can I?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Pak Angga.
Thank you, Septi. That's the end.
Yeah, Pak.
You may leave the room.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. The next will be Kevin Saladin, and Pak Hawe will be the first one because Pak Hawe is testing for the language style. Yeah, language style. Kevin Saladin. Kevin? Mana Kevin? We still have 3 more students with Kevin. Hello, Kevin. Mana? Audionya tidak nyambung. Here is Kevin. Kevin, can you hear me?
Ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Kevin, please introduce yourself if you are ready, and then telling us the registered number and then the titles of your paper.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Miss Rangga, Miss Fegy, Mr. Hawe, and Mr. Iwan. My name is Kevin Saladin Putra. My student number is 1570-139. The title of the research is an analysis of English language fluency on guest relation office or GRO in Saung Angklung Ujo Art Tourist Destination Bandung, West Java.
That's all?
That's all.
Where do you live now?
Yeah.
I mean, in Bandung or?
I'm in Bandung, homesick, and at my home.
Okay, at your home, yeah?
Yeah.
Dr. Hawe Setiawan, maybe you're gonna be the first one. Oh, masih di mute.
Oh, tunggu sebentar ya.
Mau kemana Kevin?
Nah, kabur. Kenaon, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay, Pak Hawe, please.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Hawe.
I'm reading your paper. Did you check your paper before submitting it to the English department?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. I think there is an inconsistency between the title of your research on the cover and what you put on the abstract. Just check it out again, once again. Which one is the correct one? The title, the big title on the cover reads like this: an analysis of English language fluency on guest relation office (GRO) in Saung Angklung Ujo Art Tourist Destination Bandung West Java. Whereas in your abstract, let me see. The title is
an analysis of
English language fluency by guest relation office GRO in Saung Angklung Ujo S tourist destination Bandung West Java. Which one is?
The correct is in the cover, Mr. Oh.
The correct is on cover. Okay,
yeah, and forget to change on abstract.
Do not forget to change your abstract. Yeah. Okay. Please be careful with your own words.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my first comments. So the correct one is the one you put on the cover.
Yes.
Okay. So my second question is, what you mean by art tourist destination? I mean, is this, in your opinion, a correct word? Art tourist destination. Can you explain it?
The meaning of art is because Saung Angklung Ujo apa sih namanya? Has a show. There is menunjukkan art dari Saung Angklung Ujo itu. Like how to play angklung and how dance jaipong or something else.
And then?
Yeah, the meaning of art is an art of Aung Unklojo itself.
What do you think? What do you think? Tourist destination or tourism destination?
Tourist destination.
Which is the which one is the common term? Tourist destination or tourism destination?
Tourism destination.
But why?
Tourist destination.
Be consistent, my boy.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wondering, do the Saung Angklung Mang Ujo have maybe leaflets or brochure in English?
Pardon?
Do the Saung Angklung have leaflet or brochure in English?
Yes, they do. They have.
They have. What is the names of the place on the brochure?
Can I take the browser? I think I
Okay.
have one.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Halo Kevin.
Milarian brosur Pak Angga. Budak teh lalu ngitan wae nya.
Wandering scholar, wandering students. You are a wandering student, Kevin. You are a wandering student. I just wondering what is the name of the place which is put on the brochure?
The browser is they say Sawang Angklung Ujo, Nature and Culture in Harmony.
No, the name of the place. Tourist. Is there any term like tourist destination? They are on the pages. No?
No?
No. So what I mean, I think it will be better if you check it out once more. Is your term you use on the title a common term, yeah, in tourism industry? That's all, Pak Angga. My comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe Ibu Fegy. Next.
Okay. Thank you Pak Angga. Hello Kevin.
Hello Miss Fegy.
Okay. Your smile seems so bright, yeah. It shows that you don't have to feel kind of like nervous thing like that one. So, are you ready, Kevin?
I'm ready, Miss.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a simple question actually related to how you conduct your research. Okay, so I do read your paper and you use 3 instruments of research. Okay,
Yeah.
and I would like to know when you did the observations, observation, what important notes that you had in fulfilling your research question. Let's start from observation first.
The problem, yeah.
No, not the problems. So when you did the observations, what kind of notes, important notes that you had in fulfilling your research questions?
The important note is when I'm observed, I see the employees who serve tourist visitors, and when they serve tourist visitors with English speaking, they still apa sih namanya, kayak yang kamu aja lah gitu, they say gitu, sama kamu aja, jadi they have not apa namanya, apa ya?
What sounds is that? Kevin, what sounds is that?
Air, Miss.
Oh, air. Oh my God. Okay, continue please. Sorry.
Iklan.
Okay.
It's a good theme song.
Okay. Continue, Kevin.
Sampai mana ya? The employees apa namanya, doesn't have kepercayaan diri itu.
Self confidence. Okay.
That's the
result of your.
Yeah.
Your observation. Okay.
The
So
important.
what is okay? So that's observation. The second instruments that you did, it was interview. So what did you find from interview?
I find all the employees I interviewed, they say they must learn English more, like studied English more and more speaking with tourist foreigners.
Okay.
Ya, dari most all the employees say that. So I assume they have they must be studied English more.
Okay. So the last questions from the third instrument that you had, you used a task. What kind of task that you use, and what is the purpose of you doing the task?
I use ORAI test, AI communication. ORAI.
All
Yeah.
right. In terms of
ORAI AI communication. That's some application like this. Mana sih aplikasinya?
Oh, that's from phone, from the phone.
Yeah, this is the application.
ORAI, yeah.
Yeah, ORAI.
Okay. So what you are trying to look for there?
They assess the speaking skill, like fluence. Tadi apa lagi ya? Wait a minute. They assess the fillers, the pace, and the energy when the employee say the sentence I give to them.
Okay, so you record them.
I'm recorded.
Okay, so you record and then you put into the applications, and voila, there's a result from the application.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that will be all for me. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Miss.
Yeah,
thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Fegy. Pak Iwan will be the last examiner for Kevin.
Thank you, Pangga. Okay, Kevin.
Yes.
Let's begin now.
Mr. Iwan.
Can you tell me what is English language fluency?
English language fluency is the how they speaking, how they how they speaking English with the foreign with the foreign tourists. How they speaking, how they accent. The accent.
Okay. So you find it more about English language fluency later on, okay, after this final examination. Now, what are your findings? How about the subjects or the respondents English language fluency?
The result.
What are the findings of the study, Kevin?
Oh, finding of the study on the three employees, Mister ya. The findingnya, they must learn English more. They must
how are their fluency in speaking English?
They are I assess is so, Mister. the
Mhm.
the fluency is so. But but they think the English fluency is so bad. But I think it's that is so. Because when I test with oral communication, the result is good. But in when they talking with visitors tourist visitors, uh, they uh, they so nervous and become blank when they explain something uh, when the tourists ask about Saung Angklung Ujo.
Okay. Did you give them an advice or suggestion to improve their English language fluency?
Yes, I give them apa namanya? I give them applies to learn more, and I I I I I give some I give some apa namanya? Apa namanya? Masukan kah terus?
Suggestion, advice.
Yeah, I give advice to the employees to learn more English and try to talk with another employees with English. So it can will be apa namanya? It will be make English easier learn.
Okay. Do you know how to improve your English language fluency or others English language fluency?
Sorry?
Okay, Kevin.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how to improve English language fluency?
Yes, I know. I think it must be try to talk each other with English every day. So they will be terbiasa.
Okay. Now, my last question for you, Kevin. Do you satisfy with your English language fluency?
Satisfied means?
That's the most important question.
Yeah, Pak Iwan was asking about you.
Oh,
yeah.
about me.
You are researching yourself.
Pardon?
Do you satisfy with your English language fluency, Kevin?
No. But
okay. Well, that's good then. That's a good answer. If the answer is no, so you have that's okay. So you have to prove your language fluency, especially. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Pangga.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Iwan. Kevin, that's
Yes.
the end of your test for final examinations. You may leave the room.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Fegy, Mr. Iwan, Mr. Angga, and Mr. Hawe. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Bapak-bapak, ini waktunya sholat. Apa kita lanjut atau break dulu? Kita ada 2 orang.
Lanjut aja.
Lanjut dulu, Pangga, karena saya jam 4 nih harus ada jadwal juga. gitu.
Oke,
Ya.
siap.
Pak
Udah
Andi,
Dua
ditunggu.
lagi.
Ada
dilanjut.
lagi ya?
Ya.
Selanjutnya Gina Purnama.
Oke.
Gina Purnama, let's see the measuring from language style, Ibu
Language
Fegy
style.
measuring
Okay.
Pak Iwan methodology
Okay.
measuring Pak.
Okay, so I'm going to start, yeah?
Ya, oke, please.
Okay, test Gina. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Halo Gina, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay. So if you are ready, please introduce yourself first.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I would like to introduce myself. My name is Gina Purnama and the student number 157010005. And now I live in Sukabumi. And the title is The Implementation of Mind Mapping Method in Teaching Writing Descriptive Text in Improving Student Writing Skills.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Gina. Good afternoon, Gina.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Cukup capek ya nunggu gilirannya ya? Enggak dong. Okay. So just straight to the point, I would like to ask you questions. I just want to know how's your language style here, but then your topic is quite interesting for me because this is like one of my passions in teaching, and your topic is about mind mapping. This is really good mind mapping. Yeah, mind mapping is kind of like a famous method in learning process. Yeah. Okay. So my first question is: do you find any difficulties of using mind mapping in teaching descriptive text?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Could you please share with us what are those difficulties?
The difficulties, the implementation of mind mapping method at the Bina Dharma Junior High School, the student can really understanding about the material, and then the student cannot now to starting the writing, and then the student cannot drawing, and yes.
Okay. You mentioned about drawing. So what did the student do of drawing relates to mind mapping?
About the implementation of mind mapping method, the student, the procedure of the implementation, the student first make the student write the main idea in the middle of the paper, and then make the branch and connecting the branch connecting to the connecting the branch to other branch, and then the student make a symbol or the fixture about the idea or about the keyword.
Okay. So do you find that in using mind mapping, it can help the student, it can help whether for the teachers or the student as well?
Yes.
It helps a lot.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So relates to your research, what makes you so interesting of using mind mapping as your topic then?
Would you repeat again?
Okay. So you said that mind mapping, it helps a lot. Yeah, it helps a lot whether for teachers and the student as well. in improving their skill, right? Using mind mapping, because one of the goals of mind mapping is to make lessons or anything that relate to the activities to be more to be easier, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I just curious, what makes you so interesting of taking mind mapping as your subject in your research?
Because the student they are interesting with material. If the material using the picture or the drawing like that.
Okay. Okay. So if you think that this method is quite useful, let's say useful, whether for teachers and the students, would you recommend this method to teachers of teaching English?
I mean, yes, because the teacher must be planning to deliver the material.
I beg your pardon. What do you mean? Could you please simplify your answers, because you're quite complex in answering my questions.
Miss, would you like to repeat the question?
Well, okay, Gina, I just want to make it simple, actually, yeah. Would you recommend this method for teachers in teaching English? If it is yes, why? And if it is no, why?
Yes, because the mind mapping method usable to deliver the material to students, and for the teacher the method mind mapping can usable to explain the material to students.
Okay. Does it require creativity to use mind mapping method?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. Could you please give me the example? What kind of creativity that you can tell me about it?
The creativity, the student about the writing a descriptive text. The student make the mind mapping method, and then they are write the middle, and then they are write the main idea in the paper, and then the student can, contohnya ya Miss, and then the student explain or write the keyword about before they are writing the descriptive text.
Okay. Yeah, but still you haven't shown me the example actually. Jadi kreativitas guru yang seperti apa ketika dia menggunakan mind mapping itu? Kan saya tanya di awal, does it require creativity of using this method, right? Karena mind mapping itu kan kalau di sekolah itu lebih banyak menggunakan kayak apa pemetaan kan. Okay, pemetaan. If I'm not mistaken, you ever show me that your mind mapping is through pictures. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it means that the picture that the teacher creates, it requires them to have the creativity of using the pictures, drawing the pictures, or like selecting pictures from other resources, something like that one. So that's what I meant by creativity. Yeah, Gina, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think that will be all from me, Pak Angga. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you very much, Ibu Fegy. Now, Pak Iwan, maybe you will have a question.
Thank you, Pangga. Okay, Gina.
Yes,
How are you
sir.
today?
I'm fine.
Okay, now my job is to ask you about methodology. Now, can you tell me what is the research design that you use in this study?
The research design, I research the first planning, implementing, and reporting.
Okay, and how did you collect the data?
I collect the data with the three several methods such as observation, test, and questionnaire.
Observation,
Test and
test, and
questionnaire.
okay. What kind of data that you find by using observation technique?
I get the data, the observation. In the observation, I was observation by my friend Yuspiani with the observation sheet, and then uh, and then the observation start of learning the observation start of learning and sorry sir.
Okay, my question is like this. Oh, you use the technique of data collection. Okay, would you
Yes.
please explain to me, for example, observation, what kind of data that you find out or you looking for by using observation technique? What kind of that data that you use test and questionnaire?
The data of observation, I got why the implementation of mind mapping method, and then the activity uh, and 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 the activity start learning until end learning, the end learning.
Okay.
And then and I get the data questionnaire. The student give a positive response to implementation of mapping method in teaching related descriptive text.
Okay, okay. Baik, Gina, you have 3 research questions. Okay, is that right?
Yes.
Is that right that you have 3 research questions?
Research question. The research question is I have
I didn't.
three.
Yes. My question is yes or no questions, Gina. Do you have 3 research questions? Is that right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now focus on the first questions. Okay. The first research problems. The research questions. Okay. How did you answer the first research problem?
I answer the research problem with observation, and then
Number one. Only number
yes,
1.
I
Observation.
observation the observation I was by observe Yuspiani Nurpala with with observation sheet.
Okay. Now number 2. How did you answer the research question number 2?
I get the with the test,
Test.
pre-test and post-test.
Pre-test and post-test. Okay. And the
Yes.
last one?
With the questionnaire.
Questionnaire. Okay. My last questions. What are the conclusions of the findings?
The conclusion of the finding, the implementation of mapping method in teaching descriptive text can improve the student writing ability, the average of 5.7 and the average of post test is 7.69. And then the student response is positive.
Okay. That's all? Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Kina. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, sir. Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, Pak Iwan. The last question will be from Pak Hawe. Hawe.
Thank you, Pak Angga. Kina, how are you?
I'm good, sir.
Good. My main concern is writing, and it happened that I have read some of your essays. Yeah, you sent through my email so far, which are quite good. As far as the technical devices are concerned, I think there is actually a difference between writing and typing. Yeah, writing on the other hand, on the one hand, and typing on the other hand. Can you hear me, Gina?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think there is a difference, yeah, between writing and typing. What I mean by writing is putting your own words on paper with your own hands, yeah. In the other words, handwriting. Whereas what I mean with typing is putting your own words on screen by means of a keyboard. Okay, I just wondering what did the students do at the high school that you researched? Did they write with their own hands? In the
Yes.
sense that they did handwriting, or did they use laptops?
Did they handwriting, sir?
Handwriting. So
Yes.
this is the true writing activity, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and what did they write? Is it a sort of essay or article or?
About the descriptive text, sir.
The descriptive text. Can you describe to us what kind of descriptions they produced?
The descriptive text is describe something such as a place or people or animals and things.
Were they good? Were they good? Were they writing good? Excellent or bad?
Bad.
Bad in what sense?
Some student write a
bad. Bad in what sense? How bad? How bad?
The student cannot starting to write a paragraph and confused to choose the vocabulary and cannot and they cannot understand grammar.
Did they write in English?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you do to improve their skills in writing an essay or article in English?
In this research, I implementing the mind mapping method because the student can planning before to start writing.
Can you explain in more detail what does it look like, the mind mapping? Especially the ones you introduced to the students at the high school.
The mapping method is a planning before they are write a text, and then the student can explore the creativity with drawing or coloring, like that.
And my last question is, what is the important things you can learn for your own writing process, writing activities from them?
I think I can please would you like to repeat to
what is the important thing you can learn from the students for the sake of your own writing?
the important thing? Apa ya?
Nothing
I
important.
get I get apa ya Pak? Important thing.
Nothing important. I believe there is important thing.
Yes, but I difficult to answer.
No, just question. Just ask the question.
Just give me the question.
That's my last comment, Pak Angga. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Hawe. Kita maybe you a bit nervous, yeah, because I know that in Sidang, your answer or your speaking better than today, yeah. Okay, Gina, you may leave the room.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hawe, Miss Fegy, Pak Angga, Pak Iwan.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ibu dan Bapak, this will be the last students, Hendrik Ismail. Hendrik Ismail, language style, Ibu Fegy, majority Pak Hawe, methodology Pak Iwan.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ibu dan Bapak, this will be the last students, Hendrik Ismail.
Oke, ada supporternya ya.
Ismail, language style, Ibu Fegy, majority Pak Hawe, methodology Pak Iwan.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ibu dan Bapak, this will be the last students, Hendrik Ismail. Ada feedback lagi ya.
Oke. So Hendrik,
yes.
ada Hendrik should introduce yourself.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go on, Hendrik. Introduce yourself.
Introduce myself. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Introduce myself, Hendrik Ismail. Regis number 157010038. I'm like boarding house at Paku Haji Gerlong, and my research is the usage English problem faced by the trader when serving foreign tourists at Tangkuban Perahu Crater.
Okay. Okay, and yeah, thank you, Pangga, for the opportunity. So this is our last students for today, and I'm going to start with my question. But before I enter the questions, and probably I need some suggestion from the other examiners for the title of Hendrik's paper. I think, in my opinions, the English is not really correct. Actually, I give a recommendation for your title to be revised, but Pak Iwan and Pak Hawe can also give their suggestion. So I think the title for your research is supposed to be the problem of English usage faced by the traders when surfacing the foreign tourists in Tangkuban Perahu Creators, ya itu masukan dari saya. Tapi nanti Pak Iwan sama Pak Hawe bisa lebih lebih mensimplify the title, ya, Hendrik.
Yes.
Okay. My first question is, how do you see of English usage into serving the foreign tourists in Tangkuban Perahu Creators? How do you see of English usage?
I see the trader when serving foreign tourists because because the difficulties trader when serving foreign tourists between limited vocabulary, still use local language, and then unclear pronunciation, and then still like understanding speaking English, and the ability English speaking skill. And then I see the level of English. I use the CFR theory.
Okay, so that would be your parameter, yeah? That would be your measurements. Okay, so well, you said that the trader have some difficulties in using English, but in fact, in their reality, in the field, do they really can do the interactions with the foreign tourists? How was their communication between the trader and the foreign tourists? You said that they have problem, right? So in your opinion, how's their communications interaction between the trader and the foreign tourists?
The interaction for the communication for the trader in foreign tourists. The trader confused when the serving foreign tourists use the language body when the forget vocabulary, and then and this trader has ability English speaking skill. All the trader is a beginner because foreign tourists always the misunderstanding when conversation and the trader.
Okay, so the conclusion from your answers, I'm going to change it into question. So do you think that learning English is important in terms of having good communication between the trader and the foreign tourists?
Pardon, repeat.
Okay, focus on my question, Hendrik.
Yes.
Do you think that learning English is important in terms of having good communications between the trader and the foreign tourists?
The important for the trader.
Is it important or not? Is it important or not learning English?
The important for the.
Okay, is it important or not of learning English in terms of having a good communication?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My last question: in what ways that the communication can help the trader and the foreign tourists? In what ways?
In what ways? The question is.
Okay. Okay. In what ways learning English is important? In what ways learning English is important in terms of having a good communication between traders and foreign tourists? Jadi pentingnya di mana bahasa Inggris itu, Hendrik?
Yes, because the importance of English language for the trader, the trader have the skill for the selling and buying when the serving foreign tourists, and the trader what is it? The trader make the make make the trader must be able to understanding with English, because this is selling and buying for the foreign tourists. If the if the if the language English
Okay. Okay, Hendrik, I got your point. Thank you for today. Pak Angga, that will be enough from me.
Thank you, Miss.
Fegy. Next will be
Okay.
Pak Iwan.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Angga. Okay, Hendrik.
Yes.
Okay, my first questions. Okay, what are your research problem? Can you mention?
The research problem. What difficulties faced by the trade? What difficulties English problem by the trader when serving foreign tourists at Tangguang Perahu Craters, and then what is the trader?
Could you please repeat again, number one?
What is the difficulties English problem by the trader when serving foreign tourists?
What the difficulties of speaking English?
Oh, yes.
Okay, speaking English.
Speaking
Okay. So I agree with Miss Fegy that you should rewrite the title of the research. Okay, if you talk about in the research paper, you talk about speaking English. So I think in the title it is better if you use speaking, not usage of English problems.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you collect the data, Hendrik?
The collecting of the data, I have the 3-step: observation, interview, and CFR test. Okay.
Have you answered the research problems?
Research problem, have to the research problem. What is the difficulties?
Have you answered the research problem?
The research problem.
Have you answered the research problems? This is yes or no question, Hendrik. Have you answered the research problem?
Yes.
Okay. So what are the answer of those research problem?
The research problem, what is the difficulties speaking English by the trader when serving foreign tourists at Tangguang Perahu Craters? And the second two, what is the trader English level in the Tangguang Perahu Crater tourist destination beside on CFR theory?
That's the question. I ask you, but the answer of the question. You said that you have answered the research question. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So I ask you, what are the answer? It means I ask you about the findings of the study.
Okay, sir. The finding, beside on the result of the finding, English speaking skill and the CFR test, trader in Tangguang Perahu Crater is a beginner. Therefore, the trader in the Tangguang Perahu Crater are need to improve their English language abilities. It's very important because I will make it easier for them communicate with the tourists. And the writer wants to help improving their English through my research.
So what is your suggestion for the traders to improve their speaking skill?
The trader, can you repeat? Sorry, pardon.
What's your suggestion for the trader to improve their speaking skill?
Trader, this important. The trader must can you speak English because the Tangkuban Perahu Crater receives 64,000 foreign tourists every year, decided on Tribun Jabar 2019.
How to improve their speaking skill?
To improve the speaking skill, the trader use the language. They still use local language when the confused explain about the product with the foreign tourists.
Is that the answer of my question? I'm a little bit confused. Okay, okay. Hendrik, sorry. Okay, actually, I asked you about how to improve their speaking skill. I mean, the trader speaking skill. For example, they must speak every day, or they must, for example, make a club or English speaking club. For example, that's the suggestion. For example, okay. Now, what is your conclusion then?
The conclusion of my paper, the trader the writer in Tangkuban Perahu Crater, after observing an interview to 10 traders in Tangkuban Perahu Craters, on average have the ability to speak English when dealing for foreign tourists. Some traders still use local language, unclear pronunciation, error grammar, still lack understanding, and then the CFR test, the result of CFR test, the trader in Tangkuban Perahu is a beginner.
Okay, so the trader level are beginners.
Yes.
How about your level?
I use the CFR test. I use the smartphone, use the website on the CFR test.
Okay, I ask you again. Listen again. The traders, okay, levels of English speaking are beginners. That right?
Yes.
Now I ask you, Hendrik, have you used the test for yourself? Have you used the test for yourself?
Yes, I'm test for the traders.
No, for you.
Have you? Okay, Hendrik, have you used the test for yourself?
Yes.
Dicoba nggak untuk diri sendiri? I use Indonesia.
Yes.
This is exception.
Yes.
Okay, and
try.
my last question. Okay, what are your level of speaking skill according to the test?
I use the Thornbury 2004.
Tapi bahasa Indonesia is okay, Pak Iwan.
Ya, bahasa Indonesia deh. Levelnya nih kan pakai tes kan, pakai software ya, betul ya?
Yes.
Hendrik, betul ya? Hendrik coba nggak buat diri sendiri?
Yes, I'm try to.
Dan levelnya Hendrik berapa? Masuk ke yang mana? Kategorinya? Beginner juga.
Yes.
Okay, so in my opinion, you, the trader and you, okay, need to improve the speaking skill, gitu ya. That's the point, okay? And actually, I have to be honest that I'm not satisfied with your speaking skill. This is the final examination, okay?
Yes.
But it's okay. Okay, kenapa? Karena perjuangannya nanti setelah lulus, kompetisinya akan lebih ganas lagi gitu. Okay, my speaking English, especially my fluency is not good enough. Okay, if I compare with Bu Fegy, Pak Hawe, Pak Angga, they are better. Okay. Nah, balik lagi ke Hendrik nih. Karena ini terakhir nih. Jadi buat teman-teman juga mungkin yang dengerin. Jadi kalau sudah lulus pun, so tingkatkan lagi kemampuan bicaranya. Itu aja sih the point. Oke? Kenapa? Karena kompetisi di setelah lulus itu lebih ini lagi ya. Saingannya lebih berat lah gitu aja. Oke, that's all I think. Pak Angga, thank you.
Thank you,
Assalamualaikum.
Hawe, please. You are the last one.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, Pak Angga. Hendrik.
Yes, sir.
It is a bit terrible to listen to your reply to every question posed by both Pak Iwan and Bu Fegy.
Yes, sir.
And I do not want you to kill me by your complicated answer. Well, but I like your hairstyle. Yeah, you look like you look like a tourist from Southeast Asia, I think.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hendrik,
Yes, sir.
I am with Bu Fegy and Pak Iwan in advising to correct your title. Yeah, it is very important. Let me take a look at it once more. Maybe you can revise it by correcting the word. I think not only your diction. Yes, the usage of. What are you talking about? Actually, the usage of English problem. Yes, faced by. Okay, you can use traders or also vendors or seller. Just think it again, yeah. Okay. When servicing or in service, yeah. You have girlfriend, man?
Yes, sir.
Do you have girlfriend, sweetheart, who is good in English?
Yes.
That's good. That's good news. Just ask her, yeah, to improve your style in English, yeah. So please revise your research, your paper's titles, yeah.
Okay.
And also so many grammatical errors, I think, in your sentence structure, yeah. And also the toponym. Which one is correct? Tangkuban Perahu or Tangkuban Parahu? Yeah, just check it in the dictionary or some other documents. Yeah. Itu saja Pak Angga, usulan dari saya. I don't want you to kill me. Yeah, but thank you. Say hello to your family. Hatur nuhun Pak Angga.
Okay, Henry, that's the end for you. Hope the best for you, ya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Angga, Mr. Hawe, and Miss Fegy, and Mr. Iwan.
Who the hell are they? What on earth is happening?
Mereka ujiannya satu ruangan toh.
What on earth is happening over there?
Guys, you may leave the room, Henrik.
Okay, thank you.
They have in the same room, you know.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mereka ujiannya satu ruangan.